So welcome, Vision Dynasty, to tonight's call where we have a special guest, Gabriela Lopez, who will be discussing the roadmap to Diamond. I had a meeting with her. Thankfully, she's like my mentor, and she's just amazing. Just to give a few of her accolades, and this, honestly, I know to her it's like it's nothing, but she has changed a lot of lives, and will continue to do so. That I know. But she is a 2015 elite coach, top 7 in Latino market, top 10 soon. Putting it out there, right? You got to do it. Put it out there. She is a 6-star diamond in her first business center and a 1-star diamond in her second business center. And she is also a Success Club 10 All-Star legend with 29 months on hitting Success Club consecutively. So that's pretty impressive. So I'm very excited. I'm going to go ahead and mute my line, and you can take over.
Awesome. Thank you. Like I said, thank you so much for having me on your call. I'm really excited. I love talking about getting to Diamond because I feel that we make it more of a big deal than it should be. I mean, it's a big deal to get there. Don't get me wrong, but like the process to get to Diamond is not that hard. So I'm going to just first walk you through, how I got to Diamond. And then I'm going to walk you. I took some notes because I want to, be able to cover everything. So I want to talk to you a little bit about my story and how I got to Diamond. Then I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of getting to Diamond. The third thing is, the path to Diamond so that you can see how simple it is. I'm a visual person, so I'm going to show you, how simple it is and what it looks like. The fourth thing I want to talk about is, where can you find your coaches, right, to get to Diamond? And then finally, how to bring them, how to bring them on board. So, all right, so let me just share a little bit of my story. I'm not going to bore you with that. I can get a little chatty, but basically I joined Beachbody about 29 months ago. So it'll be 29 months at the end of this month. And I joined, my son was 8 months at the time. Prior to, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Prior to being a stay-at-home mom, I was in the field of human resources. And I worked in human resources for, I believe, almost like 7 years. And prior to that, I was a nonprofit. So always helping people. Nonprofit was definitely helping people. I kind of fell into HR and I thought it was about helping people, but HR is not about helping people. HR is about protecting the company. And I found that out, very soon after I started. So, but then my role kind of changed, as I grew into my role in HR, my concentration was actually laying off people. I hated that, I used to, because as an HR generalist, that was my position. You do a little bit of everything. And I used to do a lot of the onboarding, a lot of the middle ground things, and then the exiting. The voluntary exits, weren't as bad, but the ones where you were firing people, those were horrible. And if you ever watch Up in the Air, that was me. They literally would send me to different cities because I'm bilingual. And they would send me to different cities to fire people. It was horrible. I mean, I was pregnant and I was flying to fire people. So I always knew that that's not, like, it just felt horrible. The first time I did it, it felt horrible. And every single time thereafter, it felt horrible. So I always knew that they had to be more, for me, that just couldn't be what I was be doing the rest of my life. So, fast forward, I got pregnant, I had the baby, and when I was in maternity leave, my husband and I decided that the best thing for our family was for me to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm also very skeptical, if you know anything about me, and I knew that I needed to be home with Matias until he was about, 3 years old, because I recall one of my youngest niece, who at 3 years old, she was talking up a storm. And I said, if she could talk up a storm at 3, I think he'll be ready to, be okay in a nursery and I can go back to work. So that was the plan. So it was 8 months, and my coach who brought me onto the business, she had put on her a call to action. You know, it was a transformation photo, a before and after. I had been, as I said, I'm very skeptical. So I had seen already the commercials for T25, and I saw the transformations, you know, in the commercials, but I always thought, those real people, you know, it's got to be a scam. How do people transform their bodies in 10 weeks, right? And then I decided that because I knew who she was, and then I saw her before when she took my photos, she actually did my photography for my maternity photos as well as my newborn photos. And so because I personally knew what she looked like, and then I saw her transformation picture, I said, oh my goodness, this is real. So I decided to join. What did it for me was the fact that it was 25 minutes. That's another thing you need to know about me. I hate working out. I actually work out, I follow a program, I work out thinking about the feeling of accomplishment after. Because if I think about the actual workout, I wouldn't do it. I'm just being honest. So some people love working out and others, we just don't, you know, but that's what pushes me to do my workout, that feeling of feeling accomplished. So anyway, I joined my program, and then I fell in love with the community. Right away, I was that person, that person in your challenge group that is always posting, that is always commenting on other people's posts, that is just so excited to be in there. That was me. So look out for those people. So basically, I was, posting, like I said, up a storm. My husband had joined on this end. It was only women. So he obviously couldn't be in the challenge group, but he was supporting me through the process at home. We were supporting each other. So 2 weeks in, as you can imagine, he's drinking my shake. I'm drinking the shake. We're running out of shake. So I was like, hang on a second, we need our Shakeology. I literally fell in love with Shakeology, the first time I tasted it. And we actually got the vanilla. So I went and I posted in the group and I said, you know what, I'm going to try another flavor. We're running out of, shake. What do you guys suggest? How is the child? So I was asking questions. So she reached out to me privately and she said, listen, why don't you think about becoming a coach for the discount? She said, you can save up to 25%. I had my bag all the time, coupons in a Ziploc. So when she said 25%, I said, where do I sign up? What do I need to do? 25%. I'm also a numbers girl. So I did the math and I said, this is a piece of cake. Yeah, sign me up. Never did I imagine that I would be coaching. It just didn't ever cross my mind. But then I started to share my story on social media. No one asked me to. I just posted. I just said, this is what I started, how I started my journey. Here, this is where I am today. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm, further along than where I started. And I just started to receive this influx of support and messages, and people just started texting me and private messaging me and commenting on the post. And I was like, huh, what is this? And people were like, what are you doing? I want to do that. And then I said, you know what? I'm already a coach. Maybe I can run my own challenge group. And my coach was probably 3 months into the business herself. So she was fairly new. She definitely did a really great job at running challenge groups. But in terms of the business, it just wasn't her strength. So I decided that if I was going to do a challenge group, I had to figure it out on my own. And so I did. If you go into the back office, there's a tab, the very first tab, and it says start here. And that's where I started, because when you go into the back office, it looks very daunting. It's like all these tabs and all this stuff. And you're like, where do I even go? So I started there, and I saw our CEO's introduction, or welcome, I should say. So if you haven't seen that yet, I recommend that you do that. But I definitely, took it from there. And then as I was going through the tabs, there's a tab under the business tab. There's where you sign up your direct deposit, which I'm sure all of you guys did that already. And I said, holy crap, we get paid? I had no idea. I'm in HR, so I knew EFT meant getting paid. I didn't know how much, but I said, I'm putting my information in here. How many people do I need to help? And honestly, like, to me, it was just about getting these people who reached out to me on board. And so I did. I didn't know anything but T25, and I only knew the challenge pack that, I came on board with. I didn't know that you can buy different programs. I didn't know that you can buy different challenge packs. I didn't know that any other program existed. All I knew was T25. It was giving me results, and that's what I did. I share my enthusiasm. It wasn't even about, I didn't even know what a challenge pack was. I didn't know that that word even existed. All I knew was that whatever I was doing was working and that they needed to do exactly the same thing. So, remember that when you were a first, challenger, and then you became a coach and your enthusiasm, that's the same enthusiasm that you have to, project every single time you're speaking to a new person. And there's no selling that needs to take place. You're just sharing that enthusiasm when you first started. And so, boom, I got my first check and I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I started doing the numbers. As I said, I'm a numbers girl. And I was like, at the time when people enrolled, I think my T25 was 205. That's how much I paid for it. So everyone who came on board, paid 205. And then I was like, holy crap, I'm getting paid $70, a person. I was like, I'm going to pay my Shakeology and I'm going to pay my husband Shakeology. And so I was a stay-at-home mom. I've always worked since I was the age of 13. So as you can imagine, being a stay-at-home mom, not being able to bring in income was messing with my head. Not that my husband was expecting anything. We both decided that it was the best thing for me to be home with the baby, and also for my sanity. So I just knew that, I didn't want to put more expenses on him, 2 bags of Shakeology. And so I said, you know what? I vowed that I will help enough people to pay for those bags of Shakeology. And so that's what I did. My first month as a Beachbody coach, I achieved Success Club 25, not knowing what Success Club was. And the next month, I believe I did 17. And the third month, I did 13. And I earned my free summit ticket. So I remember Audrey reaching out to me. So she's, my upline coach. And she said to me, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is, she's like, continue to do Success Club 10. And I'm like, what does that mean? She said 5 people. I said, you got it. And that's all I remember. She never said Success Club 5 or 6, which is the minimum, 3 people, right? Which is still amazing because you're still helping people. But she challenged me because she saw I had the potential. And in my mind, it was 5 people. I didn't know about 3 until later. I started to learn the business and I said, oh, you can do 3 people. But I was already on a roll and I've, always helped at least 5 people. So fast forward, all I was focusing on was my challenge group. I loved my challenge group because I hated the gym. I was that person who would sign up for an entire year, excited. I'm going to the gym and there's no turning back. And I need to get into that bikini for this vacation or that dress for this wedding. And then I would go for a month or 2, if that, and then I would disappear. But guess what? My credit card kept being charged every single month. And no one from the gym called me to say, hey, Gabby, we missed you. But in my challenge group, I felt that support. I felt that accountability. And that's what you are giving, someone that you bring into this community, into your challenge group. And so I felt, the support, I felt the love, and I just felt motivated by it. So I, was very excited, and I knew that that's the same experience I wanted to pay forward. So I remember Audrey saying to me, when are you going to become Emerald and Diamond and all of this? I didn't know what she was talking about. But diamond sounded really big and really important and really hard to get to. So I remember it was about May, and I said, okay, I'll get there in December. I had no idea what she was talking about, but it sounded like a good date. I said, and she's like, no, she's like, I don't think so. So then I started to do my homework, and I went to my first live training with Mickey and Saudi. And I was like, my mind was like, I mean, it just, the potential of the business. Hi, Poppy. The potential of the business. He was supposed to be sleeping. He woke up. So the potential of the business just was like presented to me in that business, in that training. And I was just mesmerized by the stories, by the potential. And I left. I remember it was a Thursday. I remember like it was yesterday. I left on a Thursday. My husband picked me up. I took the Metro North into Manhattan, picks me up, and then I got in the car, and he's like, what's up? And he just saw the excitement on my face, and I said, by Sunday, excuse me, I said, I will be Emerald. And he's like, you're going to be what? I said, Emerald. I said, I need 2 coaches for that. And then I said, you're going to be my first coach. And then I said, now figure out who's going to be my second coach. And the whole time I'm like talking to him and telling him, just all these different stories. And then I said, I know who's going to be my second coach. I hadn't even reached home, and I knew who my second coach was going to be. And that was my brother. He was loving Shakeology. He was loving how he was feeling. And I said, you know what? Why not? He's going to save money too. So I reached out to my brother the next day, and I said, you like Shakeology, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, are you like loving it? And he's like, yeah, I like how it makes me feel. And I said, all right, cool. I said, you're going to be a coach. Give me your social. And then I'll take it from there. And he's like, what? And, he trusts me. And he said, whatever. He's like, if it's going to save me money and it's going to make you whatever Emerald you say you're going to be, that's cool with me. So like I said, by that Sunday, even though, it's reflective on that Thursday, I was an Emerald coach. And then I started to do my homework. And then I, saw what I needed to do to be a diamond coach. And I had all these people in my challenge group. Remember, I hit Success Club 25 in the first month, 17 in my second month. And so as you can imagine, I had all these people who were committed to a 3-month program, right? It's a 10-week program. So it's a 3-month program, basically. So they just were so excited about the program. They were getting results. That 5-week mark just does it because people see that improvement. They see that transformation already. And I was saving them money. And so I started to convert people. And I literally, guys, it was the easiest thing. Like 5 weeks, it took me 5 weeks from the point that I hit Emerald to hit Diamond. So I know that if I could do it, any of you guys can do it. And I'm going to walk you through how basically what I did. I messaged everyone on my channel, in my challenge group, everyone who was, showing up, everyone who was posting, everyone who was loving Shakeology, everyone who was excited about working out, everyone who was seeing results. And I just messaged them saying something along the lines of, hey, I see that your next Shakeology is, going to ship on so-and-so date. And because I know that you are loving it and you're enjoying the process, I want you to save 25% on your, on that bag. And that's all I said. And then they would respond back like, yeah, what do I need to do? And then you just walk them through the process. That simple. And actually, Valentina, I still have to this day the script that I use, so I can share it with you ladies so that you guys can just utilize that. But it's that simple. And then I built my husband. So I got to, and the way my mind works, I wanted to make sure that I was a strong diamond. And so I built myself, it was 5 coaches on one side, 5 coaches on the other side. And then I started to build my husband. I got him to Emerald, and then I built my brother to Emerald. So I got myself to Diamond without any working coaches. clearly we encourage you guys to, present the opportunity. We're going to talk, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to do that. But, my mind was, you know what, I can do it. And I had set a goal and I had set a date, which is important, right? I set the date and I said, there's no negotiable. By this date, I will be diamond. And I made it happen. And so what I want you to think about is those things, right? You have to set it. Do you have a date? And then you need to know why you're setting that goal. Why is it important for you? Because if there's no meaning to that goal, then you're not going to work after it. You're not going to do whatever it takes to get there, right? And then I'll leave you with this, because I know that there are coaches who are against building your controlled accounts. However, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. Because if, I feel that my team is an amazing team, and I wouldn't have my team if I didn't do the things I did to get to diamond, the way I did it. So, and all I did was continue to show up daily. I remember clearly, when you get to diamond, corporate steps in. They want to start mentoring you because they want to start seeing you grow. They want to push, that potential out of you. And so I remember jumping on a call, and I remember, I think I told you this story, Valentina, when we met. And I remember, I was just excited because I was like, I'm a diamond coach, and my bubble was burst like that. I got on that call, and you heard all the girls going around talking about their team calls and how their coaches were at Success Club. And I got off the call and I said to my husband, I don't have a team. All my coaches were discount coaches, and my Emerald coaches were my husband and my brother, who weren't working the business. And I said, I don't have a team. And all these people talking about Success Club, their teams, their team calls, their this and that and the other. And I was very sad and I was very upset when I got off that call. But you know what? I got over it very quickly. And I said, you know what? Then I guess it's time to just continue to do what I'm doing, continue to show people the value of being a coach. And then eventually someone is going to say, I want to do what you're doing, Gabby. And that's exactly what happened. So that's what, I wanted to share my story. So then now I'm going to show you the benefit of being a diamond coach. And then we'll walk, I'm going to show you the path so that, I'm you visually see it, that you print it, and that if you have any coaches you want to have a list of people that you want on your team. Remember, this is your business. You're the CEO of your business, which means that you get to choose who goes on your dream team. You decide who you work with, right? So you're not begging anyone. And remember, discount coaches, wherever they are. Business builders, obviously, we love those, right? So the idea is that wherever someone is, you love them, because no matter what, they join your team for a reason, for support, for accountability, to build the business. It doesn't matter. You have to still support them, whatever their need is. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, really quickly. All right, it is. So here are the benefits. Obviously, you've seen the comp plan before. So let me just show you very quickly here. So obviously, you are aware that as a diamond coach, right, you are now able to cycle 18 per, each cycle is $18. So you are able to cycle at $18. You are aware that Emerald is 14, Ruby is 16, and Diamond is 18. So you get to this is that as an Emerald coach, your potential to earn weekly is only $250, which is $1,000 a month, right? But when you go up to diamond, you are actually also giving yourself a big raise, because now you're able to make up to $2,000 per week. Now we're talking $8,000 per week. That's the potential. And depending on where you sit on a leg, you have the probability to be making a lot of money. So you are giving yourself a raise. So $2,000 per week is a huge, huge raise. The other piece is the matching bonus. As a diamond coach, you are making 10% of your person who sponsor coaches team cycle bonuses. All right, so 10% of their team cycle bonuses. So not only are you cycling, but you're making what your coaches, team cycle bonuses, whatever they're making, 10% of that. So if someone makes, $1,000, then that means in team bonuses, then that means you're making $100 off of that. So that's something I wanted to show you. And then now this is what I always have my coaches fill out. There's another one that you've probably seen is the dream team is, you're on the top and then the coach is on the side. But I think this one, I'm an emerald at heart, so this one is very clean and you can write people's names. I would do it with a pencil, and I would actually come in here. If you have any coaches already, like I said, on your team, you want to start plugging those names in. So it would be, if you have emeralds, then it would be the green. Or even if you don't have an emerald, but you already have someone in mind, then put in their name with a pencil in there. And then you're going to reach out to that person and you're going to invite them to one of your team sneak peeks or one of your coaching events, all right? And then the rest is your other coaches. So you know that you need 4 coaches on the left, 4 coaches on the right, and 2 emeralds, 1 on each side, right? So that's how you get there. So here it is, earn $18 every cycle up to $2,000 per week. So I would definitely print this out. I will send this, and this is in the back office, but I can send it to Valentina so that she can provide it to you guys. So I just wanted to share these 2 documents. I'm going to stop share now. All right. And so I don't want to leave anything out. So I, have my notes for you guys. So now you've heard my story. I gave you the benefits and I showed you how to get to diamond or what it looks like, right? So now the other piece to that is that, remember, as a coach and a emerald coach, you only have to have 50 PB to stay active. As a ruby coach is 75, which Shakeology still covers. As a diamond coach, you have to have at least 100 PB. So don't make that mistake to only have 90 and then go diamond, and then the next day, on that Thursday, you're not reflected as a diamond because of that. You have to have 100 PB in order to be a diamond coach. And that can be either 100 PB that you're consuming or 100 PBs that you sold the challenge pack, but obviously everyone here should be on Shakeology. So the 4th point is where to find your coaches. Well, like my coach found me in a challenge group. That's the easiest one. And actually that's actually the best location, the best place to find a coach. Why? Because they're experiencing the community already. They're already loving Shakeology. They're already loving their journey. They're already loving the Beachbody products. So these are people who are in, this very, they just have a lot of enthusiasm, behind Beachbody already. So if you see them posting a lot, if you see them, always coming into the group, especially if they're putting motivational quotes for that, you asking them to. If you see them commenting on the other challengers' posts, right, that should give you indication that this person is going to be a good coach because they're enjoying the journey. They want to share the journey with other people, especially if you see this person posting on their social media without you even saying for them to share on social media. So these are good indications that that person is going to be a good coach. So the second location is your contact list, right? Everyone here should have a contact list. And if you don't have one, I suggest that you get on one like yesterday. I'm going to give you homework. So I would suggest that you write down 100 people, 100 contact names on a list, right? And you can start by looking at your Facebook, your phone bill, your contact list and your phone bill too, people you call. But no, so your phone contacts, and also look at the memory jogger because that will help you, prompt some names. But the idea is that you write 100 names. So if you guys are all pushing to diamond, that's the first thing that I would suggest. You want to write everyone's name. 100 people, you are going to pull. I'm not saying that you're not going to invite everybody. You will invite everybody. But first, you're going to pull 10 names out of there. 10 names. And the first thing, the way you're going to pull those names is people that you will love to have on your dream team. What does that mean? That you want to do business with them. That you want to travel with them. That you want to experience this business with them. That you want to experience the benefits of this business with them. So that's what's going to indicate those 10 people. And those are the first 10 people that you will invite to your sneak peek, that you will invite to a coach opportunity event, that you will invite to the coaching opportunity, right? So that's the first thing. And then the remaining people, obviously, you will also invite, but you want to focus on those first 10 people because those are the people that know you, trust you, right? And that you also know them and trust them and love them, and you want to share this gift with them. All right. All right. And then the fifth thing is, how are you going to expose them to Beachbody? I know that when I first started, one of the things that I would change as a coach is that I would start talking about the opportunity now, right? That I wouldn't hold back till when, after I was a 2-star diamond, basically. Because I got to 2-star, went to the New Leader Conference, and there is where I was exposed to a sneak peek. And there is where I was exposed to the coaching opportunity event. So I wouldn't wait now. You have a great leader who's willing to put in the work, who's willing to put an event, and you guys work as a team together to make it happen. Because when you invite someone to the business, they want to see you because they didn't come to the business for Valentina. They don't even know who Valentina is probably. They want to see you as the person who invited them, as the person that they're joining, right? So make sure that you are participating in these events. So it's important that you first put your invitation in there. You want to invite people in your challenge group. Every single time you're having a sneak peek or a coaching opportunity event, you post it in your challenge group because those are the people who love Beachbody products, right? And then not only you're going to go a step further, then you're going to tap the people in there. Not only are you going to post it because maybe someone will miss it or someone is scared to respond or they're just embarrassed to respond. They don't know how you would take it. So then now it's your opportunity to say, hey, did you see my event that I posted? I want to personally invite you to participate in our sneak peek. No strings attached. I know, sorry, Matthias just, he always does that. He has to make an appearance. So now you're going to say to them, I want to make sure that you didn't miss that, that invitation that I posted, just earlier today. And I want to invite you. There's no strings attached. And then you want to tell them why you feel that they would be a good coach. I think you would be a great coach because of X, Y, and Z, right? You want to always make sure that you point that out because maybe they're thinking about it, but they don't even know that they have these great qualities. So you always want to point those out. So definitely always, post those there. Post on your social media, obviously, right? Not only indirectly, but directly. You want to do direct invitations. Our team is having a sneak peek on so-and-so date. I invite you to join us, blah, blah, blah. And then make sure that I always make sure that they know that there's no strings attached. It's just information. Come watch, come see. You can be a fly, on the wall, but it's just really so that you can see why we love our community so much, why we enjoy being coaches so much, how we earn and what it's done for the team members on our team, right? And then indirectly is basically when you are jabbing, right? Every day you want to jab about why coaching is so great. So that's another way to attract people and have people interested in coaching. Also inviting privately, right? From your list, directly from that list that I said, you're going to be writing 100 people. You want to invite those people privately to your events. So make sure that is another avenue where you're finding people, that you're exposing people to the opportunity. Because if you're not exposing, then people don't know that they can join you, that they can join your team, right? And I think those are the ways that I have. And then finally, I'm just going to walk you through the, I like to reverse engineer. Like I said, I am a numbers person. So I'm actually going to reverse engineer the amount of people you need to talk to, like to the T, between now and November 24th. So November 24th is when you want to hit diamond so that this team can either be elite or be premier or go to the new leader conference, right? There are so many options and there's so many opportunities so that your leader can bring back information. So when I decided to make the goal to become, first it was to go to the new leader conference. I wanted to go learn information so that I can bring it back to the team and so that we could all grow together, right? And then I'm sure that that's exactly what Valentina wants for this team. And so she's gonna go and come back and she's gonna share. And so when I went for elite as well, it's a team effort. I didn't go for it by myself. I presented it to my team and I said, this is what I would love to do. And these are my reasons, right? And that's exactly what I'm sure Valentina has done with the entire team. You guys know her reasons, and I'm sure she knows your why as well. So the idea is that you guys push together, because if success is home, you know that you can do it as well. So November 24th is the deadline so that you guys together can accomplish a huge goal. So I'm going to walk you through very quickly what it entails. So I'm sure everybody here has heard of Bonnie Engel, right? Number 2 in the company. So in 2015, it's funny because Bonnie Engel was actually in the same new leader conference that I went to. That was the first one ever. And she went there. She said she barely made it. This is what she says when she, speaks now. Barely made it. I think she was a 3-star, and then she had dropped to 2-star, and so she qualified to go. So that year, she grabbed all that information and came home, and she just executed. And she basically grew 20. She helped 26 diamonds. Sounds crazy, 26, but anybody can do it. And what she did was, to go a step further, she actually enrolled 260 coaches that year in 2015. So 10% of 260 coaches is 26 diamond. So it's usually, I think you guys have heard, it's a 10% rule. It's 10% of the amount of people you invite are going to sign up, and 10% of those people are going to be your rock stars. They're going to be your diamonds. So let's say that you are going to grow yourself as a diamond the way I did. You're going to bring in 8 people, and then you're going to grow your controlled accounts to emeralds. That means you need 12 coaches, right? So by November 24th, we have 14 weeks left. 14 weeks left starting today. So I'm going to show you. Let me go pull the document before I scare you with like all the craziness I have here. So let me pull it up. I believe it's this one. Sorry, guys. I think it's this one. All right, here we go. So the numbers here are a little off, but it doesn't matter because this was at the beginning of the year when there was 48 weeks left. So now there's only 14. Kind of scary. All right, so here it is. So stats are that 10% of your invites enroll, and 10% of that are your diamonds. So again, if you need 12 coaches to become diamond, and let's say you only need 8, then now you've got to calculate based on that, right? Depending on where you are in your business, you just calculate that. But let's just say that you want to be a strong diamond and you're going for 12 coaches. 12 coaches, which means that if you're going to enroll 12 coaches, you need to basically reach out and invite 120 people. Because remember, 10% of the people you invite are going to enroll. So 120 divided, Valentina, can you, actually, no, I have a calculator right here. I didn't think I have my phone next to me. So if you do it with me so that you guys know what I'm talking about. Again, I'm a numbers person, so I always do this. So you need 12 people, right? So 12 people divided by 14 weeks. We have 14 weeks left until November 24th, all right? Because that's when you would start qualification. So that is, 12 coaches divided by 14 weeks. Did I do this right? No, hang on. I meant to start at 120 first. Sorry, guys. So you got to speak to 120 people. 120 people. You got to invite 120 people. So 120 people divided by 14. So you're speaking to about 9 people a week because you have 14 weeks left. So again, 120 people you're going to invite so that you can enroll at least 20 coaches. All right? I said 12 coaches. But you can go for 20. Why not? That's 200 people. So anyway, so 120. Again, I'm going to start from the top. 120 invitations divided by 14 weeks left of the year. That's 8.57. So that rounded up, that's 9 people a week, which is nothing. If you are working, let's say, anywhere from 5 to 6 days a week, we're going to take 5. So that's 9 people divided into 5. That's like 2 people a day. Have you heard of the power of 3? That's the bare minimum. You're going to be talking to 3 people, inviting 3 people to learn about the business opportunity every day. That's nothing. That's like the bare minimum. So that's what that's how I reverse engineer it. So if you're going to go for 15 coaches, then all you do is talk to 150 people. If you want to enroll 20 people by November 24th, then all you do is, speak or invite to 200 people. So always 10%. So now I'm going to show you, I believe I opened it here. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to share this with Valentina. This is actually, I'm going to take it a step further, and this is actually the to-do list that this is not it. This is not it? This is it. So this is actually the to-do list that I utilize, that my coaches utilize on a daily basis. If you're utilizing this, then you are doing the 4 vital behaviors. So the first one, obviously, you guys know, it's a product of the product. It proves the product works. You're going to work out and drink Shakeology. Behavior number 2 is personal development and leadership growth. So 10 to 20 minutes of personal development, and then pursue knowledge. Leaders train daily. So if there's any area that you're lacking, if you're lacking in recruiting, then you want to find videos that will help you of other top coaches that are, giving their best tips on recruiting. So that's 2 things that you will do under personal development. And then your power hour is basically this, guys. That's your power hour. You're going to send birthday invites on a daily basis. You're going to connect and compliment 5 people daily. Nothing to do with Beachbody. Remember, you're building relationships. You are connecting with people, and you are basically depositing value into people's lives, okay? 7 is you're inviting, and we went with the bare minimum. You're inviting 3 people to challenge groups. You are following up with 3 people, and you are presenting the business opportunity to 3 people. Then you're going, if you are getting leads, you want to respond to your leads. You want to make sure that they know that you are a support system for them. You're going to add value to social media. You're going to at least add 3 people to your social media, whether it be, on Facebook or on your like page or on Instagram, whatever social media you're using. And then you're going to check your team pages and challenge groups, as well as any trainings that you are a part of. And then finally, our 4th vital behavior is the recognition piece. You're going to recognize your challengers. You're going to recognize your coaches. You can go a little further and recognize your friends and your family, because remember, you reap what you sow. So if you're giving love, you're going to receive love back. And then your weekly must is 5 coach attraction posts. So this is what Bonnie Angle does. She literally has a sneak peek every day on her page, every single day, because she's adding value and she's sharing with people the excitement of being a coach and what coaching has done for her. So you want to do that. You want to do a business post, inviting to the business opportunity. And basically, you do that on Sunday nights when people are miserable and don't want to go back to work on Monday. And then 2 challenge group invites per week. Tuesdays and Thursdays are a good day to do that. And I will share this with Valentina. I might have already shared it, but if not, I will share it to her. And this is how I reverse engineer. Because sometimes what happens is that you are so scared of the big goal that you get paralyzed and you don't even know what to do next. But if you break it down the way I did, then now you know that all it takes is inviting 120 people to sign up 12 people, and then now you know what the activities are to back it up. And that's it on a daily basis, Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday. This will get you to Diamond by November 24th or sooner. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Let me unmute everybody so everybody can go ahead and talk. That was awesome. I know a lot of you guys are like, so I don't know. If you're not going to talk to me, you're lying, please. But any questions, you guys? Cindy, Karen? There you go. Sorry about that.
Maybe she was saying something.
Was she? I think. Let's see. Leslie, is that you?
Yes.
There you go. You trying to ask something?
No, it kept telling me I was muted, and then it told me I was unlimited, and I didn't know what was going on for a second.
Okay. So is this good for you with the numbers reverse engineer?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Any questions? Come on, guys, don't be shy. She doesn't bite. Right? He's like, I don't bite. Like, ask questions.
I'm just trying to think of a really good question.
Right? You want it. I know. With Gabby, you want that. That's the thing with Gabby. I'm like, I want to ask something really good.
Yeah.
I have a question just to clarify the qualifications for the new leader.
Yes.
Conference. So you definitely have to promote yourself to 2-star diamond, correct?
Correct.
By November 24th.
That's correct.
Okay.
So by November 24th, there's a few qualifications. The first one is that you have to be, you have to start qualification on November 24th, because on the last Thursday of the year, right, the last opportunity of the year, you have to wake up being a 2-star. However, if you become a 2-star before, even better, because as long as you are 2-star, like a lifetime 2-star, in one bonus week, in October 1st and December 31st, then you're gonna, that counts as one of the qualifications. The other piece to it is that you have to have, is it 20 elite points or 30?
30.
30 elite points by December 31st.
Can you just repeat that? You said if you are a lifetime 2-star diamond by October through December? Is that what you...
So you just have to be a 2-star diamond, so lifetime. So basically, it doesn't matter when you start your qualification, your 6-week qualification, because that's what gets you to lifetime diamond, right? The 6-week qualification. Once you have held it for 6 weeks and you are a 2-star diamond, as long as you are a 2-star diamond 1 week between October 1st and December 31st, then you're in. But the last possible opportunity is the last Thursday of the year, which means that you would have to start your qualification by November 24th.
Got it. Okay.
So I did have a question that I didn't ask you when we met, but if you can pick that one, takeaway, but I know you had so many when you went to the, to the New Year conference. I'm here projecting, putting it out there. So if you had to narrow it to 1 or 2, what were your top 2 takeaways from the NLC?
I would have to say talking about the business opportunity more. So basically, getting out of my comfort zone. I was so scared to talk about the business opportunity. And I don't even know why, because this literally has changed my life, right? And so I feel that not being afraid to talk to people about it and to present it to people and ask them, to join our team. Obviously, as I said, you want to be able to pick those individuals. You can't just invite everybody to be on your team. Obviously, people can become discount coaches, right? Because you want to save them some money, but not everybody should be qualified to be on your team, because you get to pick who you work with. At work, usually you don't have that luxury. You're hired and you're stuck with with your coworkers. But here, you have that luxury that you get to qualify and you get to pick the people that you work with on a daily basis, because we work on a daily basis, whether we do Zooms, whether you talk on chats, right? You want to be able to be surrounded with positive individuals, with individuals that have your vision, with individuals that understand the vision, the mission of Beachbody. So you want to be surrounded by positive individuals, not individuals that are going to, suck the life out of you. So yes, people can always join your team as a discount coach, as a hobby coach, right? And you got to love them there. But business builders, you get to choose those, those people that are going to be a part of your tribe. So I definitely feel that getting out of my comfort zone and just doing it, whether it's putting together a sneak peek and doing the videos, and also just talking about the business opportunity. I think those were, yes, many, many takeaways, but definitely coming back to being like, you know what, why haven't I done a sneak peek? Why haven't I done a business opportunity? And so I think that definitely helped our team, because of the fact that we just said, let's do it. Even if you had one person show up, that's one person that you impacted, right? And then the next time you're going to have 3 people. And then the next time you'll have 6 people. But the idea is that you are consistent about it, and you continue, and people are already expecting, you know what? their team is going to have their sneak peek every other week or whenever it is that you decide, once a week, or I'm sorry, once a month, whatever you guys decide for your goals. Sometimes, our team does them every other week, right? There was a point that we were doing them weekly. So it has to match your goals. And so I think that you have to definitely set the goal. I think that's important as well, guys. So you have to have a date in mind, so which is why I threw out November 24th. But it doesn't have to be November 24th. It can be before. We're in August. I don't know what each of your businesses look like. So you might be able to hit, a diamond this month or next month. It doesn't have to be November 24th. I was just, giving you some dates and some numbers so that you can see how I reverse engineer. But as long as you're setting a date, then you can go after it. If there's no date, you're not going after anything because you don't know what you're working towards. And especially you have to know why you're working towards it. Those are the two main things that I hope that you take away from this. You need to have a reason why you're working towards this. It has to be a deep reason, and then you have to have a date, because without any plan, then there's no, there's no plan of attack, basically, right? So you have to have a direct path to get you there. I hope I answered your question.
I did. And last I had was, I wanted to know the time. It's so funny because I could have sworn we did go through this, but I'm like, wow, she didn't have working coach. So when you went to NLC, it was kind of like being a fresh diamond, but you were a 2-star because you weren't doing sneak peeks. But like you said, you didn't have any working coaches. The first month that I decided to work my business, I hit successful 28. And in 2 months I went for diamond, but Corey knows, I didn't have any working coaches. I was just like, my husband's going to be my emerald. My mama's going to be my emerald, and we're plugging people, and it truly was a team effort to make that happen before the year ended. So I did it in 2 months, but then it was just like learning, that was all last year as a diamond up until this point. And I'm like, oh my God, so much. But I guess my question was, how I know you said the time. So from the moment that you were emerald to just even become that diamond, I mean, still you're putting in the work, and it's still your 2 controlled accounts. So it's still all technically you working, and it's doable, up until a certain point. Obviously, if you want to grow past that, you need working coaches. But what was the time frame? I know you mentioned it, but I didn't write it down.
When I became emerald, when I saw the potential of the business, it took me, from Thursday to Sunday. So it took me less than a week. And then from that point, so from that Thursday that I was officially an emerald coach, it took me 5 weeks to get to diamond. And then, so I became diamond on, it was actually on my wedding anniversary. It was June 26th of 2014 is when I became a diamond coach. And then from that point, I just didn't, even though I saw the potential and I was still in my challenge groups, I was recruiting, but I wasn't recruiting, through sneak peeks. I wasn't recruiting through events. It was just, in my challenge groups, I was observing, and I would say, I think you'd be an amazing coach, but that's as far, and I would connect them to my upline sneak peeks, right? But it's important for people to see you. That's what I took away from, if you want to be a leader, you have to step up, and you have to do your own events. And because people want to come and see they're coming into your team. When you put them into your upline team and you're not there, they get confused and they're like, who are these people, right? So I used to put them in there until I came back from NLC, and then I started doing my own stuff. But so from that point until September, so from June to September, I was doing my own thing, but very low key. And then I remember Audrey shared the qualifications to go to the first ever NLC. And I love to work under pressure. I only had 2 months at the time. And like I said, my sister was working at the time. We had my sister was working, Ana Monge was working at the time. I can't remember who else, but we had a few working by that time. But I said, you know what? I have 2 months to get to 2-star. I don't know, but I know that I want to grow this business, and clearly I'm still missing things. So I'm going to get to the NLC, and I'm going to go learn whatever they have to offer, and then I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to expose it to my team. And so that's exactly what I did. I knew when my deadline was. My deadline was, I think it was November 26th that year, but I gave myself, I cut it a week before, just in case I had that 1 week cushion. And I said, I'm going to get to 2-star by November 19th. And so then my sister was working, and I said, all right, girl, you got till November 19th to get to Diamond, right? And then we planned it out. And then I said, she was working towards getting herself to Diamond, and I was working my husband's account. So together we were able to do it in 2 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So see, so you guys who have siblings, you have the advantage of that, with the husband, and mine it's my husband and my mom, although now I have Emerald and I have working coaches, God bless, but yeah, it's you have to have that quantifiable, goal and why you want it, and just, whatever it takes. It is doable. But like you were saying about the sneak peeks, it's funny because Corey, she kicked me out and pushed me. She's like, go do your own sneak peeks. Go do. She's like, you're ready, and I'm like, no. But it's true. It's like you gotta give your self love, especially your leaders. I have leaders that are emeralds, and I push them because I'm like, you guys are emerald. You don't have to be a diamond to be a leader. You can be a coach and be a leader. But if you're ready to step it up and just help people and make your own presence, go. I'll help you. I'll show you the blueprint. Obviously, I'll hold your hand, but go by all means. So, yeah, ladies, I'm talking to all of you.
The idea is that absolutely. I feel like the idea is that everyone here becomes an independent coach. Because you want to duplicate what's working for Valentina, so that when you have your coaches that are working, they're easily duplicating what you're doing as well, right? Because the last thing you want is to also be hand-holding your coaches, because the idea is that everyone comes into this business and runs with it, right? I mean, again, some people won't, and that's fine, but the people who do, you want to provide them with the necessary tools that they'll be able to, do that. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys, before we let Gabby go? Because I know Matias is probably still up, because mine are still up.
He's asleep now.
Oh my God, God bless him. That's awesome. Athena, for everybody that knows Athena, you guys know that Athena wouldn't have. Oh no, that would just not happen. No way.
Practice all the time.
So no, Gabby. So thank you so much. If you guys have any other
helpful, guys. What did I say I was going to send you?
I have the NLC to-do list. I have that. But the first, I think it was the breakdown that you had for Diamond.
Yes. No, the verbiage.
Yeah.
Actually, one last thing that I just thought about, and then I'll let you guys go. 2 things. One is I did a call for my diamond as well as Audrey's diamonds for how to get to 2-star by November 24th. So I can share that recording. And then you have the presentation, because I sent it to you.
Yes.
That I used for that call. And then the second thing is, guys, when you're signing up somebody, once you present it, the value of your challenge group, you have to present the 2 options as to how they can come on board. And I believe I was sharing that with you, Valentina. It's very simple. You just have to say, awesome, I'm so excited that you're going to join the challenge group. These are the 2 ways you can sign up either way. It's going to cost you the exact same price, but it's your choice, in terms of what choice you come in as. The first one is, and I always give them the discount coach account first. I always say discount member or discount account. It doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable saying. I say, option one is it's a discount member or with a discount account. And with that account, you get your second Shakeology at a discounted rate, 25% off. And also, if you ever decide that you wanted to join our team to pay it forward in the future, then you get commission off of your referrals, for joining your team. But if you don't ever want to join as a coach, that's fine too, right? And then the second option is as a customer, same price, and you always want to, emphasize that it's the same price. Same price as the first option, but this one is just as a customer. However, your second bag of Shakeology will not be discounted. You will be paying full price for it, and you will not receive any referral commission. And then I always say, based on your goals, you told me you wanted to lose 30 pounds or 40 pounds. Option one is the best option for you because you'll need, 2 months of Shakeology or 3 months of Shakeology in order to meet that goal. But the decision is yours to make. Obviously, if you told them that they're getting a discount on the second bag of Shakeology with option one and not with option two, typically all my people say option one. So that's another way to, bring people in as a discount coach. If that's how you, and again, that's only to bring them in. Doesn't mean that you're going to keep them there. You always want to expose them to the business. Remember, you're going to expose them. Even if you're, hesitant at first because you didn't know how to do it, just plug them into your, sneak peek, because then you guys will have done all the work behind the scenes and all they got to do is watch the videos. All right?
I think, Tanya, do you want to ask her? I think one of my girls had a question. Putting her on the spot.
Yes, she did. Just put me on the spot. I had a question about you said it was $2,000 a week for a diamond and $250 a week for emeralds.
Yes.
And is that the 12 coaches that you was talking about?
So as an emerald coach, you have one coach on each side, right? Mm-hmm. So or even more, you can actually have 10 coaches, 5 and 5, and you're still considered an emerald coach, right? But as an emerald coach, the potential is always just $250 per week. That's the cap in teen cycle bonuses. All right, so $250. You cannot go beyond that as an emerald coach. So $250 every week. So that means that your potential as an emerald coach is capped at $1,000 a month. All right, but as a diamond, then your potential is to make $2,000 a week, but not just for 12 coaches. You have to have more volume in order to get to 2,000, but that's your potential. So depending on what leg you are, or the amount of people on your weak side, or, the amount of people, obviously, all the volume that's coming on both your legs, your potential is capped at 2,000 for a diamond coach. So you can make up to $8,000 depending on, the amount of people and the amount of volume that you have.
Okay. So, Tanya, that volume is coming from your left and your right leg. So when you go into your back office, that little square box on the left-hand side, that tells you what your volume is for each leg. So as you start adding coaches, that's why it's important to balance that out and identify what your weak leg is. So if say your strong leg is 2,000, your weak leg is 100, when you start adding more coaches, you want to add them to your weak leg to build up that volume. So that cycle bonus is going to equate that 2,000 a week or that 250 a week for you.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense? So the 12 coaches that she was referring to was in terms of getting qualification status to be like a 2-star diamond. So you want to have enough coaches underneath you to build yourself up to that, and then you also want to build 2 people to a diamond status.
Right.
Okay.
That's for the new leader conference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get a picture, of course. We have to do our business. We got to post it so everybody look pretty.
Oh, Lord. It's late, girl. It's late.
Exactly. It's late and we look good.
hard for me.
I gotta turn on the light. Wait.
My light is not working. Tell me what to smile.
I'm waiting for everybody to. Okay. Ready? Everybody. 1, 2, go. Smile. I love it. Thank you so much, Bobby. That was, yes. Thank you so much. That was awesome. So, you guys, any questions, just put in the chat for me, and we'll be seeing everybody. I'm going to actually just